Right, it is fence installation day, and this is my King Cove solar panel. King Cove Farm Fence Supplies. It is a 12-volt solar energizer. I'll have to look up the joules on it and let you know how much that is, or how high they are. Here's the back of it. Simply slides on the back of a T-post. There you go. There's your two little charger points, and I got it down yonder with the post driver. That is hands on. Anyway, here's the garden. Look at this mullein plant. I know I show y'all this every time, but I just want you to see. This is the most healthiest, prettiest mullein plant on the whole farm. And you know why? Because it's in our beautiful garden ground, which is just so baroque with nutrients and life and everything. But look how beautiful this is. It grows so fast. Look at that sweet little heart of that plant. Ooh, and spiders, well, unfortunately, you have to watch out for them critters. They love it. But that is pure, beautiful medicine. It's going to get taller. I believe this is, I don't recall seeing it last year, so I can't say this is its first or second year, but if it sprouts up a stalk, it'll be its second year. All right, so anyway, today I am putting up the fencing, and this is what I got done so far. I got two strands. I got a strand of 84 foot, and then I got a strand of 160, was it 168, 162? I think it's 168 to go all the way around our garden. So I'll show you what it looks like in a bag. But yep, I'm loving it on this beautiful, cool, cloudy day after so much rain. We're still continuing to get, since I last filmed the video on whose signs you plant by. It's like a high of around 60 today. Perfect getting fence up in around your garden weather. And then it's time to make rows. It's supposed to be down to the 40s tonight, so I don't really want to put my little seeds in there. Give it about another night, and about a week from now it's supposed to get really hot. So yes, let's go check out that bag over there. All right, we're at the other end, and you'll see these little pieces right here. This is where you make a connection with your other fence, so you'll have solar electricity going all the way through it. Sometimes you'll see it. The bad thing about, the only complaint I have about these fences is they slack. You see how it kind of droops? But I learned from watching another critter and their family the easiest way to fix these slacks, and I'll show you that too. All right, my darling gave me a holler, and so I've been talking to him for a little while. And you know, when your baby calls you, you stop what you're doing and you give them your attention, because I mean, other than Yahuwah, our creator, you know, they're like most important in your life. Your darling and your youngins. But see, the way it comes in my life is the way it's in scripture. Our creator comes first, Yahuwah, and then my Boaz, you know, my husband, he comes second. He doesn't come first. He comes second. Yahuwah comes first. And then my husband, and then my youngins. And a lot of people, they think that's wrong. Well, they don't live by scripture, so there you go. But that's the lineage it is, you know. That's how it comes first. But anyway, he gave me a holler, and we talked for a little while. And I told him what I was out here doing. He's like, "Get her done, baby." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." So anyway, this is the second pack. This is like the 168 footer. There's Pom Pom. Kitty, 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 kitty. Anyway, and these fencings, they come with some kits too. Now it comes with an electric repair, netting repair kit. Hey, Shalom, no, you leave her alone. Sorry, y'all. You know, there's always something going on. These are my other youngins. You know, that one right there is the most stubborn, hard-headed mule I've ever seen in my life. He's just beyond stubborn. But now this right here, I'm not quite sure. It's extra strands. And then you got these, oh, yarn, I can't think straight. You got these little, clamps. You know, they go on the ground and you step on them and they hold the fencing down. So it comes with all kinds of goodies. But this one right here, we're going to take out of the bag and I'm going to get it going. And they're not hard. I mean, you can do this with one person. You really can. You just kind of, you pay attention, you know, and your common sense takes over. Good luck to some folks on that because they ain't got none. But if you got a little bit of common sense, you can put one of these fences up by yourself. All right, let's go ahead and get these going. Now, another thing you're wanting to do, you're going to have a couple of tools on you when you're putting up this fencing. Like for the T-post, you're going to want to have a post hole. Golly, I can't think straight. You're going to want to have a post driver, like that red one I showed you earlier. You know, do it yourself. And then you want to have a knife on you so you can cut open. And be careful you don't cut the fence now, okay? But you want to cut open the plastic. And when you get to this part here, so that's my beautiful, I love that. That thing's just downright pretty. Yeah. But that's a pretty buck knife my darling got me a while back. And so what we're going to do right here is you're going to take it and you're going to like cut into, you know, right there, get that off. Anyway, you're going to need a knife to just like get into stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Another thing is they do come with directions. It's your instruction manual. It tells you how to actually install the fence, how to fix the fence if it, you know, you have like a little tear or something in it. And I'm sorry, this camera's all over the place. The wind's blowing really good right now. Anyway, you got some good information that comes with it. Now on here, this is the bigger one. I probably could have showed you with the smaller one, but this is the bigger one. When you get it, you've got these neon strings. My other ones are dark green, and these are like a neon green. You just untie them, but you don't take them off because you use them to tie to your post or whatever. So you just pull them up like that, you know, pull it out. And because this one's longer, it's going to be a little bit more harder, but you know, I can still do it in one person. She's a pretty, let me show y'all something. Look at her little paws. Well, never mind. She's got like the flattest, biggest paws, and she won't be still for me. I don't know why. She's the prettiest little kitty cat. Pom Pom, where's she going, Kiki? She's kind of nervous today. Dog must have been after her. So at this point, you're going to want to basically just unroll this and you're going to line it up. And I'll try to get some shots like how you line it up and just keep pulling. All right, I went around the perimeter of my garden. And what you do is you unroll it and you lay it down. You just lay it down. You know, your corners are going to look a little bit different when you straighten them up. And you just go all the way around your fence perimeter, all the way back up. But I've actually got so much slack because honestly, I planned on making my garden a little bit wider. But I mean, just see how close the bushes are, and they're snaky as all get out. And I could honestly come down a little bit more, and that would take up some of the slack. So I'm kind of, I don't want to till no more. And if I bring it out too far down, then that's going to give us so much grass we have to work around and weed eat and all this other stuff. And it's just like, what do I do? If I had initially made it as big as I wanted to, which was bigger than this, it was about down to here, I'd still have to tear up more ground. I am not in the mood to tear up any more ground. I have tilled this garden 3 times over to get it all soft and tilled and a lot of the grass out. And you see a little bit of grass coming in right now that I'm going to have to get up. And then we're going to have to put down some type of mulch to keep the weeds out because the weeds just overtook the garden last year in between the rows. And then everything I couldn't keep weeded in between. So So now I've got to figure out what to do with all my extra fencing, because I've got about 30 foot of extra fencing that I might can just combine the fencing together, and which should be all right. We'll see. I'll put it up and show it to y'all then. And it's the panel yonder. Where is it at? There it is. It is a 0.50 joule solar panel, and that's plenty of good shock to it. All right, I got it up. It took me a lot longer than I thought. It's not the actual process of putting the fence up that takes so long. All right, that ain't it. The only complaint I have with net and fencing, and I mean, it's probably every owner that has net and fencing, that you have to like cut corners around and, you know, go up against different sides. That's not like a straight square. Is the sagging. Sometimes it's at the bottom, a lot of times it's at the top. There's a trick at the top that you can use. The bottom I do not know yet, but let me see if I can find y'all one that I did it. I should have done it a couple of times. But see all that slack in the bottom? That's driving me nuts. And even if you pull it out towards you, it's still slacking. But my beau told me about these posts, and they're made out of the same material. I reckon it's fiberglass or something like that these posts are made out of, and they're made to go in between the post, the corner post, you know, of each one, that will draw up the slack. It will pick up the slack. It'll actually pick the fence up where this is slacking at the bottom. It will like pick that up and take that slack out. So we're definitely going to have to order some. Now I've got this post. We actually use T-posts on our chicken fence to draw some slack. But I've got this this string that came with it, and I've got this tree as an anchor. But you're probably thinking, well, hey, you're gonna, like, you know, it's gonna ground out. But look here. No, I kind of got a little bit of intelligence in my head, and with that little bit of intelligence, I made sure that this part did not touch the wire part. See, this part right here, that's just plastic. So it's not, you know, electrified. There's your electrified part. Part that runs that way, not that way. So the same thing down here, and I went around and around and around so it doesn't slide up purposely. I mean, if I were to push it up, it'd slide up. So therefore, the tree is my anchor on this end. All right. Now, yes, if I have to go underneath it, the weed eat, or my beau, he'll weed eat or whatever, it's a little bit of an aggravation. I had to come out further than what I wanted to on the corners, but that's all right. I can actually put stuff there. So here's another bit of a slack, and we just need a pole, and I'm going to go ahead and order them ASAP. And you come down here. Oh, where's that little trick I was going to show you? Okay. You come through the hundreds of bees that are in these bushes over here. All right, here you go. Right here. You see how it's pinched at the top? Now, all I did was simply pull another one of these over and the slack and just pulled it through, and it caught. Okay, so this was loose, and on this side of the fence, I just pulled it through the little slot and hooked it, and there's your slack. You know, it actually tightened it up. So the fence ain't bowed too bad or sagged too bad, but some places it is. Daggum dogs barking all day long. But like this one's kind of pulled over. It needs to be pulled back. I might put a T-post here to grab that slack. Some of it you just need like a T-post, because it's got a lot of slack right there, and I can just pull that T-post and it'll pull that up. Over here I had too much fencing, so I was like, what in the carnation am I going to do? So what I did was I bundled it, and I took that same string and I tied it around, and I tied it around here and went all the way down, tied it around. So all this is going to be electrified. Ain't nothing going to want to crawl down through that, okay? And again, another anchor. Let's see. Yep, that should hold. Another anchor that ain't touching the fence and the electric part, anchored to this tree, which I did not, but barely touch the Virginia creeper. So I will scrub my fingers. Let's go underneath the fence. Come back over here. Howdy, my little ladybug. All right, and coming over this way, I wanted to cut through there, but you know, hey, it's an extra corner. I can plant something over there, like in an old galvanized bucket or something. And bring it over here. There is the post driver manual. And then I tied off these right here. Now these weren't connected. I just looped them through here and then just pushed them together, and they're connected. Now that is where your clamps come into place. We use the T-post as actually the ground rod, and then you would take this, clip it onto that, you know, and then you turn on the button up here and it would blink. Let's see. And I hear connection. That lets you know it's got a charge in it. And this panel is actually facing the east. So when the sun rises, it goes all the way up. It will get all of that direct sunlight to that solar panel. Now, you can hear it popping. And it's right here, because it's touching that grass. So what I'm gonna have to do is cut it off, of course, and lift that up. But HalleluYAHUWAH, I got an electrified fence right now, y'all. This is like awesome. And it is quite big, and it is an investment. So when our garden, you know, it's time the garden dies off for the year, we can actually take this fence down and use it for something else, for some other type of livestock or whatever we have. Or we could even bring the chickens in and let them go through the garden, just free range in the garden, you know, what's left over. So that's just a great idea. So there's you an idea to put around your garden. It's a little costly, but it's an investment. It's not a one-time use thing. You're gonna use it over and over and over and over, you know, until we ain't here no longer. So there you go. I'm gonna fix that little part right there. And then my plan was to get the fence up today and hoe some rows. And I might get out here and hoe some rows, but the ground is so wet because we just got so much rain yesterday and like no time flat. Again, like I said, the river is like probably on top of the bridge, and the bridge is like 40 foot off the ground. Okay, so that is no joke. If I can go down there and get some footage for you, I will. But it's about, say about half a mile down the road. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. So anyway, enough of me jabbering. I know I'm chawing along. I got to go thaw out something for supper. Ain't quite got to that state of the day. Don't really know what we're going to have yet, but we're going to have something good. So yeah. All right, y'all. There is the fence up in our garden that we have dedicated to our Creator Yahuwah from the get-go. Yes, it's late in the season to most folk of getting a garden up, but hey, I trust in my Abba. He is my everything. You know, he looks after his own. So I'm just thrilled to the Shalom and back again to have this up. So yeah, now it's time to get to planting because we got solarification going on. Yee-haw, y'all. Shalom from Hilltop Hollar, y'all. Have a good one.